another episode of Love Tribe. Happy 2024, everybody. What are you going to do with your new 24? Or I should say 12, actually. Your has 12 months, but whatever. 24 hours in a day, right? So don't forget to like if you want, share, but please subscribe and be a part of the tribe and join us. You get free life coaching from yours truly, me, Carla B. But also you get a lot of insights and interviews and panel discussions from other people with perspectives that can really help you realize that in this journey that you have, spiritually speaking, you're not really alone. You know, the topics you have, other people have as well, and they deal with them in their own way. So today, the topic is, do women really get the respect they deserve? So before we get into it, I'm going to go through the panel. So round of applause for this panel. Yeah. Round of applause for this lovely panel. I just picked these people up today, so let's see what happens. Okay, so give us your name, give us your fun fact about yourself, and tell us what you do for a living or what makes you passionate in life. So let me see who's going to go first. I'm going to go with Georgianne. Georgianne, tell us your name.
Hi, my name is Georgianne.
Fun fact. I have none. I'm not sure, but I'm a teacher by nature, yes.
Okay.
And I'm 20, I don't even know. 28, yeah, that's where I am, yeah.
All right, girl. Okay. Thank you, Jordan. What are you passionate about?
Life. The opportunity to have a new day and make something of it. That's
I
it.
think that's awesome. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay, I'm going to pass the mic on to my next guest, or actually she's already mic'd up, Carisha. Tell us your name, tell us a fun fact. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Carisha, okay? Let's say fun fact. I love cooking. Yes. I'm a teacher. I love to see people happy.
Right.
That's what motivates me, and children too. Just about any kid there is. I like to help them to embrace who they really are on the inside, and not just what we see on the outside. Because
Right.
sometimes they may be just putting on a face. We don't really know what's going on with them. So I love to get that inner person out.
Okay, all right, good. Thanks so much, girl. Okay, and next we have, tell us your name, fun fact, and what you're passionate about.
Well, my name is Rosanna. You see?
That's the fun fact.
Okay, so the fun fact will be something like my passion, something like that.
Yeah.
So I love to dance.
Ooh.
I love to dance.
What kind of music?
I dance everything except like the very heavy metal music. Nothing. Another maybe not, but the most I dance.
Dancing?
Yeah, dancing.
What
a lot
do
of
you do?
dancing.
What do you do for
I-
a living?
For what I'm doing, I'm cardiovascular sonographer. That means,
Wow.
I see through you.
You see people's hearts?
Everybody, I can see everybody, inside, what is going on inside your body and your vein, arteries, and heart.
Right,
Yes.
that is so amazing.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. And we have one more panelist. Go ahead.
This is Patricia. Patricia is passionate about also dancing. I can light up a ballroom dance place. And I'm a realtor for the past 35 years. But now the economy has really put a stop to it in a way. I don't know that many millionaires. Because that's what the business is pulling out. you know,
Exactly.
just a lot of people with a lot of money. But anyway,
So is it really a seller's market, like they say?
It still is.
Still
It still
is.
is. It's gonna very little starting to be a buyer's market, but
Okay.
very, very slowly. I believe that some economists have said that it will get better as time goes by for 2024 for a lot of buyers to get into the market.
Okay.
I really would have to see it to believe it.
Okay.
Because that's how it is. You
Okay.
gotta see it to believe it. I do enjoy working with people. So I'm all around a customer service person. Whatever I do in life is related to customer service.
Okay, awesome.
So I love people. That's who gets me high. People.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
basically
so
it.
you love interaction with people.
Yes,
Making
yes,
friendships.
yes.
That's really, really good. All right, so let's get into the meat of our topic, which is, do women get the respect they deserve? You know, we have so many women here today. We have a couple of gents somewhere behind the camera. But I'm curious to know, do women get the respect they deserve? I've had a couple of episodes and interviews about with men specifically, but I've never had a big panel of women. So I want to know, from your perspective, in today's culture, in today's society, do you feel like women get respected as they should? You can honestly tell me. Anybody wants to go?
I think it depends on the situation. It depends on the situation, and I think it also, we definitely do not get the same respect as men do. Men, they tend to automatically get the respect. Women, we have to work for it.
Yeah.
We have to work for it in order to get it. If you're educated, okay, you have a little there. Because, okay, you're an educated woman, okay, I'm going to respect you. You have something there, you know. But if you don't have anything, especially if you do not work, they do majority, well, let me not say majority, some men do not respect you because you don't work. If you don't work, they
don't respect you.
They don't, or your level of education, you know, your interest as well too.
Okay. What do you have to say about that, Rosanna? Do you think women get the respect they deserve today, culturally?
I think so. It's already over the top. I think so, yes. A lot of respect, and also we see worldwide a lot of females in big position, power position.
Okay.
So what I don't like, and I think definitely we have the respect, maybe in other countries not that much, but like here in most of the countries, yes. And we see, in, like I say, power position. What I don't like in that thing, when women already has high position, they try to minimize the male.
Yeah.
And I don't agree with that. Male are very important and wonderful. We need it.
Oh,
we love it.
It's interesting that you bring
we
that up.
We love it. We need it. We need to take care of them.
It's interesting you bring that up because what we're starting to notice is a big trend where it's this idea that women and men are the same. So do you think that women and men are the same?
At this time, definitely yes. I think so. I think actually females probably is more than the male.
Right.
I see in different areas they try to minimize the males. I don't know why. Males are important as female. Right. So I think we see powerful females around the world.
Right.
So why we have to minimize the other person?
So
we need at the same level, and we are at the same level, but we don't need to minimize males.
We don't need to minimize their presence. They're just as important.
Definitely not, because they're important as the female. The same thing. We're not in like the packet age when the female was low. This time is finished long time ago.
Right.
They want to bring it up right now, but we're not in this era right now. So we have to accept females and male in the same position, not minimize the male.
What do you think, Patricia? Do you think women get the respect they deserve today?
I believe in that phrase that used to come around when the cigarette market used to say, Virginia Slims put it out.
Good one.
We have come a long way. Yes. We still have to do a little bit more work regarding that, because it's not enough just to be a woman that has studied for so many years to reach the same level of a man's position. Mm-hmm. I mean, men are just as important, but sometimes they don't recognize the fact that a woman has to work double or three times more than what a man does. What a man does.
Yeah.
With it's like we have to overwork ourselves or overstudy and just to reach the same kind of level. Mm-hmm. So, but right now I think we are on the threshold. Okay. We're not there yet.
We're at the threshold of getting the respect we deserve.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And that is because biologically we're never going to be the same. We're never going to be the same.
I mean,
intellectually we will.
Okay.
Or we could.
Okay.
Or we can be intellectually.
Right.
But we're still working on the receiving part of that. People who receive that information.
Do you think a
we
part-
are doing it, but we still have to convince some.
Right.
What's the word? Mahonogist? The
Misogynist?
guys. Yeah, misogynist.
Yeah.
The people that put women down regardless.
Yeah.
Right. We still have to get
Convince.
through that.
Is that point?
We still have to go.
But do you feel that do you feel that part of the reason why, like, getting the respect that we deserve, is having like it's taking a long time? Do you feel that maybe it has something to do with the fact that, you know, maybe women are trying to enter sectors where it's not necessarily like meant for them? Or do you, like, I guess what I'm trying to say is, you say it's taking a while for the respect that women deserve to happen, right?
Right.
My question is, well then, do you feel it's because we're trying to enter sectors that we shouldn't be entering?
It really doesn't have anything to do with women's career.
Right.
I think that we can enter it just about any
Sector.
sector of the workforce.
Right.
But there are certain things, like especially in sports,
Okay.
that we cannot enter because
Okay.
we don't have the makeup.
We can't compete at that
biological
level.
Exactly.
Okay.
We're totally different.
All right. Georgianne, what do you think? Do you think women are getting the respect they deserve?
So I want to add to what the ladies here are saying. I think one of the catalysts for our being out there as respect is concerned, I think because we have social media, we have those different platforms,
Yeah.
women are speaking out. Before, we never had that option to speak out and share what is happening to us.
Right.
So now women are saying, hey, this is what I'm doing, I deserve that too. It is not what you are just seeing or assuming that men are supposed to do this and do that. We have the muscle power too, we have the brain power too to do all of that. So hey, we're here. Before, we were never seeing women speaking out. Women were not allowed to speak out in some aspect. They felt less than to speak about certain things. And now that we have all these different platforms and women are sharing that this is what I'm doing, this I can do that too, I can make that money too, I can own that business too, I can run this too, not just the household. I think that is one of the things that are is opening up the conversation for men to look and say, oh, you know, she's just doing that, she deserves the respect too, not because she's not making the same money right now means she doesn't deserve that. Or yeah, this is what I think.
Okay. Do you guys feel like in the process of trying to, like, it's almost like we're competing for a certain respect level? Do you feel that we, like,
Step on their ego, probably.
I was gonna bring up the ego in my next question, but this one I was gonna bring it more to. Do you feel like that whole trying to compete for this amount or trying to get this respect, it affects how we have family? It affects how we have family structures. Do you feel like in trying to get the respect that we think we deserve, and that doesn't mean we don't deserve respect as women, but it means like maybe the respect that we think we deserve is all in our head. Like maybe it's you're looking for it in a place where like, do you really need to go looking for respect in that sector? Look at the sector you're in, like in seeking this respect or this, you know, similarity to, like, you know, let's say men, right? Is it affecting how you are able to basically have a family dynamic? Think about it. Is it affecting the family dynamic? Is women trying to get the respect they deserve affecting the family dynamic today? What do you think? It makes you think, right? You're like, oh, I never thought it was like this.
I can see where you're going.
Yeah.
Because now with women trying to go out there more and do certain jobs that take them away from their home more than usual, where they're no longer having that time, that bonding time with, especially their kids.
Yeah.
You know, building that family setting, building that dynamic at home. I can see where you're going with that. but at the same time, I don't know.
I got you, ladies, with this one. I got you. So is trying to get the respect that we deserve, are women en route of getting the respect they deserve, are they then doing it because of their ego, or are they doing it because they genuinely, it genuinely is something that's not there? Is it ego, or is it something that's not there? That's my question.
Something not
Necessity.
Necessity?
I don't think it's ego.
You don't think it's ego?
No.
Speaking for like,
I don't think it's ego. I think it's like you say, something is just the right thing for
Yeah.
we humans. We want to develop. We want to growing together. Male and female. It's something normal. It's not like real ego.
okay.
What I just want to mention, I don't know, is related to the topic. You say
Go ahead.
respect, woman respect, right? Like personally, I feel very unrespectful and very offended for these males try to pretend to be a woman. This is very offensive.
Men try to pretend to be a good man.
This is very unrespectful and very offensive. I think has to be for every single woman in the world.
Give us an example, like, so we can understand better.
Too many males want to be a woman. They want to participate. They dressing and they dress and they try to be a woman when they not a woman. They don't get it.
They're evil?
I don't know what is going on with them, but they made me offended when they pretend
Are they
to
fake?
be. Of course, they make a fun with women.
So they pretend to be a good man? I'm trying to understand.
Not a good man.
Oh wait, give me the mic.
Woman.
Wait, what?
A male wants to pretend to be a
Oh,
woman.
a man wants to pretend to be a woman. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay,
So
why
that's
does that?
very offensive.
What does that do to you?
Because it's offensive. It's not offensive to you. It is offensive to me. It's
Okay.
unrespectful. I
Okay.
think for females.
I thought you were talking about an actual man pretending to be a good man,
No.
and he's fooling you by saying,
No,
I'm a good man.
no.
Look at me.
I feel very
No,
offensive.
a man who's trying to be a woman.
Yeah, come on.
So
And participate in something like male and female total different
So
from
in essence,
born to die.
so in
they
essence-
cannot participate in the same kind of thing like a sport.
Conversations, yeah. The
Come on.
conversations won't be this. I think what she's saying,
And
the conversations won't be the same because then emotionally they're not coming from. I think she's saying is that emotionally they're not coming from the same perspective mentally. With trying to answer the question that you asked.
Like, is it ego or is it?
I think that mentally and emotionally, women are at a place now where we're no longer thinking that we're less than. Just as I was saying before, we are now at that trying to heal from those words, those emotional abuse that we are considered to be what we used to get, I think. So women are aware. They are placing themselves in positions where I can do this too. It's not just for another gender,
Right.
basically. So I just think that mentally and emotionally too, we are at a certain level now where we're not less than anything or anybody. So how do we move from here? How do we matriculate in society just like any other gender, basically?
Okay, so it's not. It's not ego. It would be then.
All the alleys.
It's genuine desire.
Yeah, it's just genuine desire to
respected.
be respected, basically. We know we are respected in the homes
Right.
as the woman of the house, and we take care. But we want to be respected in society also. I don't want you to see me on the road as just the woman at home.
Because I think one thing that people like tend to forget, and if you look back in history, like every male leader that had some kind of relationship where he had a queen or an empress, or that's the person that he will go to counsel to get advice from.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Even after meeting with all the men in the Congress, all the
Yes.
men in court, they always would get advice from the woman,
Mm-hmm.
because you can get a more sound perspective, right? But I think, I guess the reason why I'm posing the question of do women get the respect they deserve is because the answers that you guys brought up are wonderful perspectives, but now I'm going to ask you to think about this. Let's put this in a spiritual sense. Do we really need to be working that hard to be getting this respect?
You shouldn't be.
Yeah. There was a thought, but I missed it.
It's okay. It comes back to you. You can say it. Do we really need to be working that hard to be getting this, to be getting that respect? Like, is it that hard? Like, in other words, do we need to be doing that much work to get that respect if that respect is supposed to exist?
We shouldn't. And that's point blank.
Okay.
Because we're humans too. We are all humans. There is the only thing that makes us different is our genitals and
Right.
the hormones in our body. That's it.
Okay. So here's a question I'm going to pose in relationship to getting the respect that you deserve, because my channel is really more about how there's more spiritual warfare going on and it's a part of your life more than you acknowledge it. And we're talking about these concepts in like a worldly view, but to be honestly speaking, it's more spiritual, because I don't think your spirit really desires to have to work that hard to get something that I don't think it's designed for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's why if you have to keep struggling for it, maybe it's not meant for us, but that's not a bad thing, because if you have to pick between family or work, what would you pick? Family. Family, right? Okay, but yet, yeah. Everyone's like, family! Okay, but now here's the thing. Is society designed for you to pick family? Is society designed for you to pick family right now? Is society in this part of the world designed for you to pick family? No. So just that question alone, that answer alone is already key evidence that this is spiritual warfare.
Yep.
There's no reason to be questioning getting or not getting the respect you deserve. I think maybe we're going into the wrong arenas where it doesn't exist, because maybe that's not even where you're supposed to be. You know, like what role do you think you have in life? Let me ask you that. I want you to tell me your personal role. What role do you think you have in your life?
As a woman,
As a person.
Oh.
Forget the gender. As a person, what role do you think you have in life?
Me just to pursue what God placed you here to do, and that comes through your daily life, the decisions that you make, the visions that you have for yourself, because at the beginning of anything you decide that, okay, I have an interest in this and I want to pursue it, and it doesn't matter where it takes you, whether it's in a male dominated, or we're not touching the gender, but once it's going to always lead back to there. Once your vision sends you there, it's for you to just stand out as who you are and what you represent at the end of the day.
Okay. Anyone else want to say? What is your purpose in life? What do you feel your purpose is in life?
Be happy.
Wait, Pat, that's something.
Be happy and have a healthy family, and
Okay.
do the right thing with going to the right way.
So
Me and my family,
is happiness a choice, or is it a state of mind?
I think it's a state of mind. I believe, because I know myself, and most of the time I'm happy. So I think it's a state of choice. And I see people around, like in work area, or like they depressed, stressed, and I say, okay, I think it's just what they choose,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Patricia, what do you think?
I see myself as a bonding glue as
Bonding
a woman.
glue, yeah.
And yes, we decide to be happy in a way that we keep harmony among ourselves and our family members and the rest of the world.
What is your purpose in life?
My purpose in life is to live in a financially stable atmosphere with my family, and be good, follow the 10 Commandments, and be good to people.
Okay.
Don't do any harm. Just live your life
The right way.
in
an honest way.
right, and not full of all these sinful ways.
Okay.
Just,
Okay.
you know.
Okay. So here's my next question, because a lot of you mentioned how in search for getting the respect that women deserve, we have to, work harder, and we have to prove ourselves a little bit more. in order to have a footing no matter where we're at, right? Would you say that all of that work actually keeps you from being able to build a family? Yes or no?
It does.
Carisha, what do you think about that?
I think it does, but just to piggyback just a little bit, looking at the spiritual aspect that you're coming from, if we look back on the Bible, our really main purpose of being here is really to, bring souls that, to Christ and get them to understand, who He is, and that is what we're here for, And I think that the thing is now women are being used, or going back there, women are now being used more, and I think men just haven't really grasped that as it, because men are called to lead, right? They're supposed to be leading us, while we're there supposed to be the nurturers, the ones also poured into them. We're supposed to pour into them and also help build them up, be their helpers while they lead us. But because the men are not doing that, then women are now have to step out and do that. We have to step out and lead because there's no one leading us. If we look at it that way and look at it spiritually in the same way in the Bible, when the women were started to be used in the Bible to spread the word. God started using women to go forth and preach the word and spread that, because the men were not there to do it. And I think it's the same thing now we have more women preachers, and I'm sure you know a lot. There's still a lot of men who do not like that. There's men who will not sit and listen to a woman preaching to them, or they would not. They just don't believe that that's the woman's place. But if the men are not doing it, he has to find somebody to do it.
Yeah, like what do you expect?
So I think it's the same thing. If they are not there to be that leader, in being a leader, you're also supposed to be respecting your partners.
Yeah.
That's a part of being a good leader. And if you're not leading us, then we have to lead.
We have no choice.
We have no choice.
Basically, we have no choice. Okay, so in taking
Somebody has to do the job.
in the process of women taking positions of leadership, is that keeping them from being able to build a family?
I don't want to say yes completely, because there's still women who are doing it. Okay. I'm doing it.
Multitasking.
You have kids?
I do.
How many kids? You have 2 kids?
2 boys.
Okay.
We're multitasking.
I'm doing it,
And it's 2 boys.
I've been married.
Okay.
I'm divorced now, but
Because the other one was.
I have been married. I was married for 8 years, but it got to the point where even though I was there with my husband, the man who was supposed to lead me, I had to be the one leading.
So was that what led to the?
And at the same
Is that what led to the break?
A little bit of everything, but that has a lot to do with it, because then the man now it messes with their ego.
That's the point.
It leads back to that, because now I started to step out, and now I'm speaking up for myself. Now I'm making do with what I have. I'm doing what I have to do to make sure that my family is okay. Right. Even though I was not looking down on him. I was not, because we're a partner.
So do you think it came from his mind?
Yes. And it goes right back to the ego. He started thinking about it from a different perspective. He's seeing it as, oh, she doesn't respect me. She is looking down on me because I'm not working the amount of money she is, or I'm not providing for the family like I'm supposed to. She has to be working so much hours. She can't be at home with the kids. So I think it becomes a part of their head, and I'm that's probably for a different podcast.
We're talking about relationships,
but
and marriage.
it all goes back to the same thing, men have to be the leaders that they are called to be in order for the woman to even be comfortable at home, being the nurturers that they're supposed to be. And if that is the case, then the woman will not be worrying about respect because it's going to automatically be there.
Yeah. Okay. That was really well put. Well, so then my next question is culture designed to motivate singlehood right now?
Yes.
Susanna says yes. Why do you say yes?
We can see. Well,
Just look at us.
we don't need to be so smart to see what is going on.
What? Give me from your experience. What have you seen? What do you see that culture is motivating singlehood?
Singlehood and a lot of other stuff too. So I think it's easy now. Women work and can take care of themselves. They can, take care of the kids. They don't need the male to take care like before in past years. They need the male because the male who was working at that time, and the woman was to take care of the house and the children. So now it's as male as female can work at the same level, and if they get divorced, separate, the woman can take care of the children. And we see in our society like a big number of single moms and divorcing, Well, and I think the society try to make pushing, I would say,
like almost like it's motivating them.
Motivated, pushing,
towards that.
You can do it. Yeah, we can do it. But the kids need both.
Yeah, you need both.
They need both. But sometimes in some cases we cannot.
Sometimes you can't. No.
You can, because it will be worse for the kids growing in an environment like fighting both of them, both parents. It's better they growing. Okay, half and a half, like we have it right now.
Right.
So I think society is pushing to you can do it, and you has been doing it actually already for years.
When women got the power to be able to vote, they then that's when divorces started to happen. So
probably the starting point, but actually the financial independence too. When woman has the financial independence. They think, okay, I can do it. I don't need the male anymore. Yeah,
but that is slightly. I will say that it's slightly dangerous because
it's dangerous for the family. We
it's
need
dangerous
the
for the
male.
family, but also from a psychological perspective, your brain, when you are faced in a situation where you're having to prove yourself, your brain will always function in trying to get you to listen to your ego. So you will try to say you can do it, but deep down you can't do it by yourself. I'm sorry. Anyone that says you could do it by yourself and go do you and you got this and you're a great mom or even you're a great dad, no one can do it by themselves. Doing it by yourself is really, really hard.
It's very
I would
tough,
not advise anyone to go into that thinking that that's a great idea.
Yeah.
But when you don't have any other choice, sometimes that's the only route that you have, and so then you have to take that route, right? But now here's a problem. There's a problem that happens with ladies. When you find yourself in that situation where now you're the leader, but now you're also a mother, and you're trying to get that respect. How do you get from that square to having a family again?
The thing, the transition then will be.
How do you go?
The transition.
How do you transition into that?
The transition will definitely be another task, because especially if you're used to doing it by yourself, you're used to making things happen,
Right.
Then when you finally find another partner and to let go and let that person lead is
and then
another struggle there. Another struggle there. But I believe that genuinely, if your partner understands you, if that man understands you, and that man is the leader that they're supposed to be, they will know how to get you to the point where you will open up and trust them and allow them to lead. Okay. So you will not have to be fighting for respect.
Okay, good point. So they're gonna naturally make you feel that way?
I'm not saying it's going to naturally happen, but I strongly believe that if God put that person in your life, He will work on that person and show them how to love you, show them how to help you heal with all that other alleys that you built up. He will help you to break down all those walls and get you to the point where you will see that we are not fighting for power here.
Yeah.
We're working together. We're building together. So we won't have a need to be fighting for respect because we're already going to feel it.
Okay, so does anybody else have something to say in relationship to yes?
The older and more experienced.
No, come on, say I'm asking because I know you have something extra to add.
No, I'm just saying that the more, because I don't have a family that I'm still, the kid out here enjoying life, and because kids, I do aspire to be a part of that family where I have a partner who understands and we can compromise, and I'm not working for respect in the relationship. I want us to be able to do, I'm not going to, and I'm using 50-50 loosely now, but I want us to share. I know what you do and you know what I do, and we know what we do together, so we can, at the end of the day, we are comfortable and we're happy and we're doing what we're supposed to be doing as a family, and that's it.
Okay, so here's what we're talking about. We're going to segue right into it. We're women in leadership trying to get respect. How do you, and single, you were talking about how we're in a position where you've had a family, now you've taken the role of being single, and you're head of a family, you have children and so forth. You're also trying to hustle career-wise. How do you go from that back into the role of having a family? Like, how do we do that? So what do you think?
So it's not easy. Okay. So I've been divorced this year 5 years. I have a career, and now 5 years later, I decided I'm going to be I want a relationship again, right? So I've dated obviously like throughout the 5 years, but and like every guy you meet or you go on dates with or whatever, I'm very honest, like this is what it is. Some guys are like intimidated, right? Because you are doing it by yourself.
Right.
I pay my bills. I take care of my kids. I do everything by myself. Like, I don't have a man at home, right? So they know that, whatever, they're intimidated. So there's my boyfriend, he's great. But like, we've had that talk from the beginning. Like, and I would tell him, like, you have to teach me because I'm not used to somebody doing things for me. So we had that talk from the beginning. But like, he'll come over and like, he'll be like, I'll go get up to get something, and he'll be, I got it, sit down, it's okay. But I'm like, okay, but I'm not used to that. So it's not like I just do it so naturally. It's because I'm just so used to doing it, right? Because nobody's gonna do it for me. So, but he'll be like, I got it. So it's definitely like a work in progress. It's great. Like, it feels really good to allow somebody to do it for you instead of you having to do it all the time. But it is definitely challenging because you're not used to that, right?
Exactly.
But so yeah, it's been great.
So would you say that transitioning into a position of like having a family again takes more patience than you expected?
For sure. Yeah, because there's just things that you never like realized that maybe you do or that you don't do, and they call you out on it, and you're like, oh, I never noticed that before. Like, and so it's like, but when you have someone, like we were just saying, like you have to have a partner who is on that same like kind of mindset and understands what you are saying. When you say like, I don't know, you have to teach me, like you have to have that partner who understands that, and not someone who's just going to like, I don't know, like, yeah, right, exactly.
So what are some of the features you think need to be present in order for you to transition from being a woman battling for respect and leadership back into a woman that wants to have a family? What are some features that have to be present for you?
As far as what?
Because in the construct of having a family, you can no longer walk the same way as you are walking when you are solo.
Right.
So basically, that's going to involve some features that have to be present in whatever that dynamic is in order for you to be, willing or just give up, what you get from your singlehood. What features have to be present?
You have to give up a lot. I mean, but you have to be ready for that. Like some people they're in a relationship and it doesn't work out. They just hop around to different relationships. They don't know how to be by themselves. That's
problematic.
That is very problematic because first of all, you don't know yourself because you have never spent time alone.
Right.
So how can you know who you truly are if you've never spent that time alone with yourself? Because when we're by ourselves, we're 100% ourselves. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? We're weird, like we do things, so when somebody's with you all the time, you can't be yourself, right? So, I mean, yeah, when you're with your partner, obviously you can be yourselves with them, but it's just still not the same as being alone in your house, right? So when you have to be ready for that and you have to know like what and be prepared for what comes with it. So you do have to give up a lot. Especially now, I just had this conversation with my boyfriend, like social media nowadays, you have to have that talk with that person in the beginning.
About what? What's social media?
Just social media in general, like things you wouldn't even know that you have to talk about, you need to talk about it. Like, because it's such a big deal these days. Like, example, like posting each other or something. Like, are we gonna post each other? Are we not gonna post each other? Like, you have to have those talks, and it doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal.
It's super weird.
It is, but it's
super weird.
It is, but you really do have to have those talks because then that person like, what? How come you haven't posted us? Like, oh, I didn't think it was like a big deal. Like, so those are like talks that you have to do, and that's a thing as well. Like, what you post now, you're not single anymore, so you have to be careful with what you're posting, right?
So social media representation is basically it has become a feature that needs to be fulfilled in order for you to.
And it seems so ridiculous, right? Mm-hmm. But it's facts. Like those are conversations. Yeah. Now you have to have that.
It's the world we're in. Okay. Yeah. So you mentioned something about you lose something when you go from being solo to being in a family dynamic or to establishing that with someone, that you're losing something. Wouldn't you look at it from a perspective of you're gaining? The world just makes you believe you're losing something.
I don't think necessarily you're losing anything. Maybe just like the freedom to up and go as you please and not have to answer or let anyone know what you're doing. Maybe that you're losing, but I don't think you're necessarily losing anything. You're gaining for sure, especially if you're with the right person. You're gaining a lot because now you have this partner who when you're sick, you don't have to cook dinner because maybe this person will cook it, Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think you're gaining way more than what you're losing.
Anyone else have a similar, have an answer for the thought on, how do you go from being a leader and being, head person in charge to then all of a sudden you're back in a family dynamic? How do you do that? No one has anything else to say about that?
I think it's just patience, You just have to be patient with yourself and with your partner and work together and learn to compromise. I think that's probably one of the biggest things is learning to compromise, not just you, but your partner also have to learn to compromise and be patient with you and help you grow in that aspect. Because then back to what she was saying, you getting to know yourself, spending time with yourself before jumping into another relationship is really important. Because then you knowing who you are, then you know what it is that you are looking for. When you know what you're looking for, when that person comes, when that right person comes, or is there even a right person? When the person comes that is for you, he's going to take that time to get to know you and understand you. And so the transition with him being patient with you and you also being patient with yourself, because there will be probably points where you probably get frustrated.
Okay.
Probably get frustrated with probably he's not doing something that you think you could have done better because you were doing it for so long. But you also have to be patient with that person too, and understanding that person in order for you to transition. And I don't think it's going to be an easy thing. I mean, I'm not at that point yet. Right. So I honestly don't know how it is going to be, but I know it's definitely not something that will be easy, because yes, I have dated and I've seen where I'll be, no, I don't want you to do that for me. I got it. You know, I've seen where I go to the store and.
Do they get upset with you on that? Has anyone got upset?
Yes. It's not a big deal. I mean, I can lift that water. It's okay. You take that and I'll take this. You know, or you're helping me take the groceries in and I'm helping to. No, sit down. So you have to learn to sit down sometimes too.
Yeah.
You know, and that's something that I'll definitely have to learn.
So would you say release control?
Yes. Mm-hmm. You have to learn that.
Okay.
But at the same time, you have to be comfortable with the person that you were with in order for you to be able to release that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So here's my next question. Who's in charge of making sure that you're comfortable with who you're with?
Yourself.
Yourself.
Yes.
Oh God! Thank God you guys said that. Yourself. Okay, that's good. So how can you make yourself comfortable with who you're with?
Which goes right back to you learning about yourself, spending that time with you.
Okay.
Knowing you, identify with yourself.
What allows you to get to the point of knowing yourself? Like, what do you think is the most important thing you can do to get to know yourself?
Take yourself out on dates.
Wait, what?
Take yourself out on dates.
True.
Yeah. What did she say? Wait, she said take yourself out on dates. Oh, I've done that a lot.
Yes. Love on yourself. Listen, I buy myself.
To do for you too. Well, there's only so much you can do to yourself, but okay. Take yourself out on dates.
I buy myself flowers.
You do? Okay.
I do. That was something that, I felt like, my partner should do that for me. And I'm like, why do I need to wait on that?
Right.
I buy myself shoes.
Love on me.
I buy myself shoes.
Whatever it is that.
It's pampering.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Go out, get your nails done, spend time with you, loving on yourself.
Okay.
I don't know why people have so hard time to be like that themselves.
Oh, I
no
love it.
idea. Why is somebody? Well, it's important to have a partner. It's the company is the most important, I think, than anything for me.
Wait, pass the mic.
It's important.
You said it's important to have a partner in the company that it is for you.
It's important to have a partner because the company, I think, is the most important.
Right.
To myself is the company. Partner is the company is the most important. But in these days, I see people struggling to be with somebody and dating, and they don't stop dating. Why? You know why they have to
because
okay, of course we need a partner, but slowly,
because it's a misconception.
Let the world bring the partner to you. Don't get like anything,
Because you're trying to control it. That's controlling it. You're trying to control.
I see it like
having a person. It's like I want it now.
Yeah.
So you force it to happen now, and that's not good.
Exactly. And
spend time with yourself. Take yourself out on a date.
It's not only controlling. It's like they have to. They're like, I don't know. I have my friends and they try to be in dates and looking too many,
So let's go back to the question of the beginning of the show. Mm-hmm. Do women get the respect they deserve? Would you say then that taking yourself out on dates, pampering yourself, having time by yourself, would you say that is a route to you finding respect for yourself?
Yes. Yeah. Because then you know.
Yes.
What?
Pass the mic there.
Yes, that does, because then you know what to not settle for. Mm-hmm. Because if you can do this for yourself, why are you going to be in a relationship with someone who can't do it or won't do it?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So you're doing the things you like to do. Like you said, go get your nails done, right? take yourself out to dinner or buy yourself flowers. Yeah,
And
so
buy yourself shoes.
Buy yourself shoes, everything, purses, whatever it is that you
whatever it
like,
is.
you know. So not necessarily saying like, oh, the man has to buy you all these things, right? It's not, but you're so used to that already because you're doing it for yourself. So
If it's not happening, then
Yeah.
you're like, peace out.
like my thing is I like to go places. Like I'm not like shopping all the time or whatever. I like to go to dinner. I love to eat, and I love to like take my kids to places and travel, right? So I'm not going to be in a relationship with someone who's not going to want to do those things
Okay.
because that's what I'm accustomed to doing for myself and my kids. So being in a relationship with someone, I don't know if that would be my person if he wouldn't
Couldn't do
that.
those
Right.
things. Okay, so here's where a life coach blows people's minds, because we started out talking about, do women get the respect they deserve, and that took you guys. Well, Rosanna had one more thing to say. Go ahead.
One
Jennifer.
very
Yeah, go ahead. You say, Rosanna. I'm gonna take you.
Very short
I'm gonna blow your mind.
Why we looking for respect when we don't? Well, not myself, but I see women don't respect themselves.
Yeah.
Why they looking for somebody, another human
Right.
being, to respect them when they don't respect and they going with constantly? You know?
You
why?
mean they go? Where are they going?
They going because they constantly they don't
Where are they
respect
going?
themselves. They going like I
Oh, they're like many dates,
yeah,
many guys, many men.
yeah. So they don't. Why are you looking for another human being to respect yourself?
You don't respect yourself.
When you don't start respecting
Respect
yourself.
your body.
Your body is sacred, you know, from God. So don't give to anyone.
Exactly.
Keep it for you as long as you can, and
Until.
when you find the right person, okay, go for it.
Until you find the right one.
Yeah, why you have to, you know?
But
It's
here,
very intimate. It's an energy. It's his energy. Why it has to be anyone, you know?
exactly. Well, you bring up a good point. That is true.
Don't ask for respect when you don't respect your
You
own
have
self.
it starts with you, and this
It
is
starts with you,
yeah.
yeah.
this is gonna take me back to what I was about to say before you spoke, which is this is why people sometimes get surprised when they think of life coaching. Like, why would you need that? Why do you pay for a service like that? Because there's mind-blowing connections that people don't make. We started talking about how women or do women get the respect they deserve, and all of you mentioned situations that were relevant to career and work, material things, you know. And we segued the conversation to, you know, having a family, how that's valuable, features that need to be there in order for you to actually maybe not try to go out there and fight for respect in a material world. But here's the thing, now we're talking about how getting to know yourself is so valuable because it allows you to respect yourself more. So if respecting yourself more comes from the getting to know you things that you should be doing or that you do, then why does it matter if it comes from the world or not?
I think it comes from values.
Well, no, but I'm trying to say it doesn't come from the world. It doesn't come from people. It doesn't even come from your career.
I think
you.
if you're
Respect
from you.
yourself comes from
From
you,
you.
from your
Yeah.
values, for your values.
Yeah, it comes from you.
For your
You carry
values, your
yourself
own
with
values.
respect, then
Yeah.
naturally you'll just attract that respect.
It comes from you. It's never been about the world. It's always been about you.
Yeah, it's
So
not-
that's what I wanted you guys
it's
to
not a given.
realize.
It's not a
Okay.
given.
So my production team tells me that we've surpassed the hour moment, and we're gonna finalize here. I want to thank you for sticking around, for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this topic and realized that what might have started out as a conversation that seemed like we were taking it towards political matters and worldly matters, I actually wanted to take everybody into a journey of it's about you and yourself. With respecting yourself, you don't have to fend in the world to get respect, because anywhere you walk, you're walking with it. So remember that. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Remember to like, if you can, share, and please subscribe and join the tribe. I love you so much for being here. Till next time. We out. Okay, yes, let's eat.